Holy fuck, I'm playing a first person shooter game right now. Uh, a very old one. It's Battlefield 2 on the PlayStation 2, and I happen to be playing it online, and my team is losing big league because the enemy team continues to capture our flag, and even though I'm getting a lot of kills, I am extremely inexperienced with this game mode in these kind of games. Because I'll tell you, normally, when I'm playing these kinds of games, it's team deathmatch all the way or free for all. I played a fuck ton of Black Ops way after it was relevant because I didn't have good quality internet until after it was relevant, and I wanted to play it online like my entire childhood. I knew all these kids from school who also didn't have good internet, but they would do multiplayer locally. And I remember this one kid in particular. He had this tiny CRT, like square box, in his attic, and his attic did not have proper like air conditioning. It would get really hot in the summertime, but this is where he had to sleep in his grandpa's house. And we would play like Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops 2, me, him, and his cousin on three screen multiplayer. So there'd be those two squares up top, and then like in the bottom section there'd just be like a line cut through on this tiny 4x3 screen, of course in AV, not even S video, and it would be really fucking grainy, like you couldn't read any of the text. But that's how we would play the game. He had no internet. That kid didn't even have a proper cell phone. He had a flip phone that belonged to his mom, so he could only have it sporadically. And he had like 5 or 6 other phones that were completely broken. But that was how we played the game. And that wasn't even the first kid whose house I went over to that we'd play on 360 or PS3 locally, because they just didn't have internet. Like, they didn't even have satellite. Like, I had satellite, right? But with satellite internet, it wasn't powerful enough to actually be able to play online. And so, uh, it ended up being this situation where I was basically just bound to local multiplayer the very few times that I'd get to play it. And so, of course, when I had moved in to my grandma's old trailer after she had passed, and it was just my cousin living there, and my dad had gotten kicked out of the house in 2017 after him and my mom had been separating constantly. They finally just, moved out. There was this situation where I would live over there part-time and then eventually full-time, and they happened to have high-speed internet. They had AT&T, and I was like, holy fuck, I can actually play online games for the first time. Because I'll tell you, I had tried to play online like a couple times with the satellite. It did not work. My ping had to have been like 1,000 or something. Like, I was lagging all over the place. Everyone else was. The only thing that would consistently work was voice chat. And so the only thing I could do was chat with my friends about how nothing was working for me and how I couldn't play the fucking game. And this was all after school. Actually, a lot of those people weren't even my friends. They were just like people who were in school. And I happened to get invited into a lobby in Minecraft on PS3. And nothing worked because my internet was shit. But then, in 2017 rolls around, I'm not really in school. I had freshly dropped out of school. And I'm just kind of like doing nothing with myself. And I'm playing fucking Black Ops for the first time online, and it was like this beautiful, serene experience where it felt like I got to do something that I wanted to do, like, for the first time ever. I had been waiting so long to do this thing, and there it was. I could do it. Um, and Nowadays, um, I can play online games whenever I want. Most of what I do is play Counter Strike 2 online. And when I moved to Kentucky in 2018, late 2018, I definitely had high speed internet. So I was able to play like TF2 and whatever I wanted to play on pretty limited hardware, mind you, but still, it was like a brand new experience for me. Things were popping off. And basically, ever since then, like since I was living at my grandma's old place uh, in 2017, and then like 2018 rolls around, I'm still living there for a bit. Then we start moving around all over the place that summer, and we get settled in Kentucky with the high speed internet late that year. It's like ever since then, I've been an online gamer. I've been playing games online in my free time. And it helps a lot with the loneliness. It doesn't just help to pass the time, it helps a lot with the loneliness because you end up immersing yourself in the play styles of people who are gonna have like varied experiences with the game, who are going to be of varying skill levels, and they're going to be adapting on the fly all the time. So it's going to be consistently different what you get each round that you play, making it more interesting every time. Ironically, I think Counter-Strike is one of the least interesting games to play online in some ways because there are some tried and true strategies that everyone knows that everyone is going to play if they've been, looking into the game for a while. And even if they don't know about those strategies, someone on the team is probably going to tell them. And so it's actually a little bit more boring than some of these other games in a sense, even though it's more strategic. It's like a lot of the strategies for the different maps are well known. And so the things that create variance in terms of like what you're going to get each round tend to be like how consistent your aim is, or if that specific moment requires a novel strategy that you have to come up with on the fly. And those parts of the game are really interesting, trying to predict what the other team is going to do all of a sudden. All of that is really interesting. But like when you're just holding sights and just like sitting there and waiting, not that interesting, right? Like it's not the most riveting experience. So I actually think that some of the other, more action-packed, faster-paced, simpler, less competitive shooters can be more consistently interesting, which is strange because, I feel like a lot of us who are into the meta of these kinds of games would probably think the opposite, right? Like, for as far as interesting games are concerned, like Counter-Strike would probably be at the top of the list. But I think the reality is more counterintuitive. But needless to say, I have a fuck ton of positive memories with these kinds of games, like just so many. And in particular, Black Ops 1 was that game that I just always had on standby. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was having a bad day, or if I was really lonely and nothing was going right for me, like my situation was shit, like back when I was living at my dad's place and it was progressively just getting worse and worse, more filthy there, tweakers coming in and out constantly, I could play that game and I would find solace in that game. And there's so many memories I have of top fragging or just playing particularly well, doing some crazy shit, or getting really inebriated, or getting my mind really altered in other ways to pass the time on Nuketown, or any of those snowy maps. Do you remember what the fuck the snowy maps were called in Black Ops? There was one where you were in like a factory type place.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
I really like that map. The one where you're in like the factory. And then the firing range. Oh my god. I have so many good memories on firing range. In the last couple years, I've noticed that when you boot up the game, there's a lot of people on mic all of a sudden. Like, there were a couple years straight, like 2017 to I want to say like 2020, where like basically no one was on mic when you play. But nowadays I hear a lot of people on mic. It's just that now they're in Spanish. The one time when I was playing firing range, I get on there and everyone is like super serious about what they're doing in team deathmatch, but they're all screaming to each other in Spanish. So I can only pick out like bits and pieces of what they're saying. All the while like just being in awe about like how aggressive these guys were being over mic. I thought that I had been transported to like 2010 or something. It was amazing. And also just getting fucking hammered, getting wasted, and taking some kratom and smoking some weed, sitting down and really just absorbing the environments in that game, getting some kills, not really thinking about it, letting my mind just check out, becoming one with the couch there. And so I feel like I've had like a mix of more arcadey or simple, like quote unquote realistic shooters, and also more in-depth competitive shooters that I've consistently gone to fill my time. And there's been a lot of great memories there. Just solid feelings across the board. And I think when you're a neat in particular, you're going to be drawn to this kind of game, this kind of experience, because it's an easy way to fill a lot of time while feeling novel, as I had mentioned, providing novel feelings. Even though you're basically just doing the same thing in perpetuity. Like, there's a guy who, ever since I started playing Battlefield 2, there's a guy in this game, his username is Siduka on here. And I see him every single match we play. Like every round we play, he's always on this map. And he gets these crazy no scopes. He gets these crazy sniper kills like so quickly. He strafes like a motherfucker. This guy is nuts. He is on crack 100%. But he's on this game like every night without fail for hours. And I just have to think that this guy is on here because he is genuinely in love with this game. Like, this has been his game of choice since like 2005, and he was just in awe the moment that it came back online. And he hasn't been able to put the controller down ever since. That's the vibe that I get. Like, that's the sense that I get with these folks. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, even though this is a slow-paced game that has kind of a mundane, like almost like sleepy type feeling to it, like a slow burn type feeling, there's something beautiful about logging on to this digital realm and knowing that somebody else, potentially, hundreds of miles away, is sitting behind their TV set on their controller doing the exact same fucking thing. They're logging on every night doing the same fucking thing as you. And there's a sense of connectivity with the world that comes from that, that like I don't know if I could get anywhere else online, at least not quite like this. You know, like you don't even have to be saying anything. You can just be sitting in your bedroom on your TV, and you got all these people out there who share your exact same interest. Or maybe they're bored, maybe they're just as oh wait, Russian border was in the mix? Fuck, I would have picked Russian border.
Yeah.
Not backstab. I didn't mean to pick backstab. No, I can't undo my vote. Shit. Well, anyhow, maybe they, oh fuck, it's gonna do backstab again. I would have clicked Russian border if I knew it was in the mix. I just clicked right away because I'm so used to no other maps showing up.
Unlucky.
I was really unlucky, yeah. But, oh shit, it's that guy from last night. Cabaretti or whatever he's called?
Yeah.
He was playing last night.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So there's another guy. But yeah, I mean, how do I get into vehicles? What button is it? There it goes. It's X or cross. Oh fuck. Okay. Can I change the? Yeah, I can change the view. It's so weird they had vehicles in this game. Like, it's genuinely like kind of baffling. I guess that's just the Battlefield experience, right?
Yeah, exactly. They always have vehicles.
Yeah, I mean
It's like vehicle versus, like infantry. That's like what Battlefield is all about.
Yep. This is actually the first Battlefield game I've played that isn't that like shitty First World War one.
Yeah.
But oh fuck, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So there's something that feels like very human and connective about this. Where like even if you're not like talking to the guys directly, like just the fact that you're all nerds doing this shit for your own reasons, it's a beautiful thing. I mean I love it. I can't complain. I had a perfect shot there right in front of me. He was to my back, or I was to his back. I could have easily gotten it. I didn't. That was terrible. But yeah. Wait, why the fuck is he here? No. Okay. I evaded. Wait, I killed him? Oh my god.
him, yeah.
I actually killed him. That motherfucker has been fucking my shit up all night. Okay, he's over there. No, that's RC Eminem. Okay. And needless to say, no matter what I seem to be going through, these games have helped me immensely. And I believe they will continue to. So, thanks, online first-person shooters, and more particularly thanks to whoever the hell was crazy enough to get this shit working again. Hopefully I can get Socom up and running, because I saw like legit like 50, 60 players on Socom 2 last night. That was crazy. I need to modify my system in order to access the servers for that. But holy fuck. When I do, oh my god. I'm going to be popping off, guys. I am good at that game. I'm not good at this game, but I am good at that game. So look forward to that. SOCOM Let's Play coming soon. I'll see you later.